Namaste, ma'am.
Oh, you all have come. So it's nice to see all of you looking very bright and cheerful. Come, sit down. As you know that I've been talking to all of you last time when I met you about movements and dance. Now I was telling you like how there's always rhythm everywhere. Even when you look at the nature, you find rhythm. Can you just think of some bird which dances beautifully?
Yes, ma'am. I have seen the peacock dancing.
All of you have seen the peacock? Yeah, when it's raining or when there is dark clouds before the rain, the peacock dances beautifully with colorful feathers and the rhythm. There's a beauty in the peacock dance itself. Then apart from the peacock, any other bird you have seen which is...
Ma'am, birds fly really beautifully.
Yeah, birds do fly beautifully, but what one has to observe is the rhythm in which they are flying. You know, these are the wings. The wings doesn't go flutter upside down. It is always going in the same rhythm, you know, when it's flying. Then not only the birds, even the human being, like when we think of ourselves, the heartbeat, there is a... It's an even heartbeat. You know, the heart is also beating. And even sometimes when you go to the beach, when you see the ocean, the big waves coming forward, it has a particular rhythm. Then it proceeds backwards, it has a rhythm. Again, it moves forward. Now, before I go in detailed study about our dance, I just want you to first learn how to depict a tree. You must be wondering why I'm talking about a tree when I'm talking about the dance, but there's a reason for it. So just get up all of you and let me teach you how to depict a tree. Now to show the tree, we have to use the gesture Tripatakam. This is Tripatakam. It's like one of the alphabets you can think of a language. But the name of the mudra is Tripatakam. Hold it stiff and bend your thumb. Now this is used to show the tree, like you take it from down, raise it up and just bend. Okay. Now you want to show different branches, you can just curve the whole movement to anywhere you like. Yeah, that will depict the tree. Now I want all of you to come to the center and make a beautiful tree. Okay, let's try. Come on. Come closer so that it has to, you have to imagine a big tree with colorful branches all around. So just imagine and try the tree. Hold the Tripatakam and take it stretch. You can... Yeah, now you just move the branches. Like I'm the wind. I'm showing the wind. The branches are moving. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a beautiful name to this, your tree, and also to the branches. Like now you should see now what name I have given to this tree. Just notice and tell me. Yeah, I have given the name as Natya Shastra. And also I have given a name for all these branches. So can you just observe one of the branch and tell me what is the name?
Kuchipudi.
Yeah, it is Kuchipudi. Now, can you observe another branch?
Ma'am, Bharatanatyam.
Odissi.
Yeah, you see Odissi what I have written.
Kathakali and Mohiniyattam.
Well, you observe two dance forms, Kathakali and Mohiniyattam. Katha, any about you?
Manipuri and Kathak.
Well, you are also noticed two, Manipuri and Kathak.
Ma'am, Satriya and Chav.
Yeah, Satriya and Chow. Okay, now all these, like Natya Shastra is like a big banyan tree. This is the main center foundation for all these dance forms. They are the different dance forms of India. The names what you have just now said it. Okay. Now, though the Natya Shastra is the main textbook. Now, do you know anything about the textbook Natya Shastra or the word Natya?
I suppose it is something related to dance.
What about you? You think it's related to dance?
Ma'am, I think it's something related to our own Indian culture.
Yeah, the word Natya is not only related to dance, but the word Natya means it's music, dance and drama. Because in olden times, when we say drama, the drama itself had music and dance. Now coming back to Natya Shastra, who wrote it, how, Now, initially, we know the well-known four Vedas, which are ancient Indian scriptures. They are the four Vedas. The Vedas are the ancient Indian scripture. Now, Lord Brahma created the fifth Veda, known as Natya Veda. Now, how did he do it? Because we have these four Vedas, he took out certain aspects from these four Vedas. Now, what all he took from these four Vedas, like he took recitation or the words from the Rig Veda and the music from Sama Veda, and he took out gestures from the Yajur Veda and the expression or what we call the rasa from the Atharva Veda. He blended all this quality, these aspects into one and made the fifth Veda Shastra. Now sage Bharata took inspiration from this Natya Veda and he wrote the Natya Shastra. Most of the dance form in India, the classical dance form, always refers to the text Natya Shastra because that is the main grammar book for the dance form. As I said earlier, it's not only for dance, even the music, people they refer to the text Natya Shastra, and also the theatre, the drama, they also refer to the text Natya Shastra. Now they are all the different names. Now what is different in all this dance form? Like the text Natya Shastra talks about lot of feet position which are known as the Pada Vedas, which I will explain to you at a later time. So there are a lot of technical movements explained in Natya Shastra. Now each of these dance forms specializes in a particular basic stance. So when you look at the dance form, the whole dance form looks very different. Now we will show you some of the few short programs, the combination of each dance form when they perform, how it looks.
Jagat Bumba Jagadambe Radha Jagadithai 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 Jagat Bumba Jagadambe Radha Jagadithai 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 Jagat Bumba Jagadambe Radha Jagadithai 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 Jagadithai.
Well, now you saw the glimpses of the different classical dance forms. Apart from the basic stance which I told you earlier, which are distinctly different, what else you think is different?
Costume and jewelry.
Yeah, costume and jewelry is also a very distinct feature, different in all the classical dance form. Then apart from that, there's also a major difference in this, in terms of the orchestral pattern. Okay, now the main difference is the percussion instrument. Each of the dance form has a very different percussion instruments, and even the sound produced from these different instruments are slightly different. It's very interesting if you can observe the sound, how it differs from one percussion to the other. Like for example, for Kathak we use the tabla. What do we use?
Tabla.
Tabla, yeah, that's a percussion instrument. And for Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam, we use mridangam. What is the name?
Mridangam.
Yeah, we call it a mridangam. Then for Odissi, we use pakavaj. What do we use?
Pakavaj.
Yeah, and for Manipuri dance form, we use the pung. Because in Manipuri, even they call the pung cholam, the male dancers also dance with that pung, with the percussion instrument. They take a spin and go around with the pung. It's called the pung cholam. Then for Kathakali, we have Chende and Edakkai. Then Mohiniyattam also uses the Maddalam. Okay, these are the difference. And for Chow dance form, we use a big drum, a cylindrical drum. It's called the domsa or the nagada. Okay, these are all the different, because when we start doing the rhythm, now these percussion instruments which also follow the dancer's rhythm, actually they play what the dancer is doing with the footwork. The same rhythm is played. It gives a very beautiful, a different, distinct sound from Bharatanatyam to Odissi, Odissi to Kuchipudi, Kuchipudi to Kathakali, because of this. And also the language, because each dance form originates from a different state. So they follow the language which belongs to that particular state. Like for example, the Bharatanatyam, it comes from the Tamil Nadu. So they follow the language Tamil for lyrics, and also the Sanskrit. Now the language Sanskrit is common for all the dance forms. They use lyrics based on Sanskrit plus their own language from which the dance originated. So now we had an idea about the different percussions which are used for the dance. Now what is actually dance? Dance is a language of communication. We communicate something. What do we communicate? Our thought process, what we are thinking, or it could be a story. Now the story, or also an imaginary action, something what we are imagining. We can make a beautiful imagination story. So we have the facility to communicate a story which we have written our own self, imaginary, or something from a tradition or from our mythological stories. We could depict anything. Basically, the dance is a language of communication. Of course, when we say the classical dance form, we have the facility of the hand gesture, which is really symbolic. Then we have the feet position. Then we use the eyes. Then we use the neck. And we use the head along with the music and rhythm. That is how the classical dance form we communicate. Now this communication, it is not just calling or something like that, or we say, okay, come. That is not there. We are using something. But what is the main focus point, or what is the main ingredient for this communication is the feeling. If you don't feel, we cannot communicate. Like for example, I'm saying I want to call somebody. I just call like that. I just call. There's no feeling. But with feeling, I call, come on, please come. Because there's a feeling. So that feeling is known as rasa. In dance, that feeling, what we feel, it is known as what?
Rasa.
Yeah, in the dance language, we call it a rasa. According to the dance, it is divided into 9 rasa. It's called the Navarasa, the 9 rasa. Now, it's very interesting to know that though in the dance terminology, we made this 9 rasa, like Shringara, the love, the Adbhuta, the surprise, the Raudra, the anger, Karuna, the mercy, Hasya, the laughter, and Bibhatsa, disgust, and tranquility, the Shantarasa. There are 9 rasas. But not only in dance, it's not necessarily only the dancer has to do this 9 rasa, or we have this term 9 rasa. It is universal throughout the globe. Every one of us feel this rasa at one time or the other. Isn't it? You all feel like, sometimes you feel like crying, you're sad. You look at somebody, somebody's hurt, you feel karuna, you feel sad, you feel karuna towards it. Somebody's laughing, you also laugh with them. So you have hasya. So it's all of us feel that. Only thing in dance, it is structured very well as 9 rasa. Do 1 rasa, taking from a day-to-day experience, a day-to-day incident. I'm sure you all should be able to do it, because it's not that difficult. When you think of day-to-day activities, you can think of how to express these emotions. You like to do, Bhargavi, something? What you like to do?
Whenever I see a snake, I get very scared.
All of you get scared? Or you laugh, you have a hasya rasa when you look at snake. When you are scared, that is called the bhayanaka, the fear. So let us see how you will do it. Let me also get up and see. Yeah, why don't you do it one more time? Let me see. You see a fear in her eyes? Yes. Huh? Now, in dance, what happens? The same thing, like I want to show. Like, I will walk in a stylized, because dance is well structured, so I'll walk in a very stylized way. Then I can also show the snake, with the hand gesture. Then I'm scared. Now what happens, because the dance is a drama, it is more dramatic. So we exaggerate our emotions and feelings. Same fear, we do that. Now it is a normal person like Bhargavi, you saw the snake, you just run like that. Okay, now who would like to do some other incident, something very interesting? You like to do Katyayani? Okay, get up. What you want to do?
Ma'am, I would like to show anger. Whenever someone breaks my thing, I will get annoyed.
Well, you all will get annoyed when somebody breaks your thing. Yeah, because the things are very precious to us. It can be a small pencil or something very big, because it's very precious to us, so we don't like somebody breaking. So we are very annoyed. That means someone, you need one more person to take your things and breaking it. So once you are going to do that act of somebody who's taking Katyayani's things. So this expression, the anger, is called the Raudra in the dance. Now anger can be in a different degree. You can be just getting annoyed or intense anger or really angry. So there are different degrees of this Raudra rasa. Now maybe you can do Hasya. Why don't you join here? How do you laugh? What you want to do for Hasya?
Ma'am, when someone is playing a joke.
You can see the laughter. Okay, this is called Hasya in the dance terms. It's called the Hasya Rasa. It could be, again, the degree of Hasya can be very different. You can just smile. You can have a laughter, really loud laughter. So the degree is slightly different. What about you, Shivani and Shreya? Would like to show something? Yeah.
Ma'am, we would like to show sadness, ma'am, because whenever I see a beggar, I become really sad.
You become sad, because it's really contrast to the Hasya and the sadness. Okay, come this side so that they can also see. Come from here and do it. Come. Now what is she going to become?
Oh, I become a beggar.
You become a beggar. Okay, let me see how you do it. Now you are actually sad, so that is the expression. Then you can look at depends on the story pattern. What each line has got an emotion where we emote. Now what is this rasa? This is the emotions or the feelings in dance. Come, sit down. Now you have an idea about the dance form. That is, we talked about Natya Shastra. And what is Natya Shastra? Who wrote the Natya Shastra? Sage Bharata, the Bharata Muni. The Natya Veda was formulated by Lord Brahma, the creator. The fifth Veda Shastra is known as the Natya Veda. Then we also saw the names of the different classical dance forms. Then also we saw the dance short programs of each of the dance styles, where when we notice how the costumes are different, the jewelry is different, how the technique, the music. Then also we notice how the percussion instruments are different in the dance form. Then what is actually dance? Dance is a storytelling, how we are communicating. Through this communication, we learn the word rasa, the 9 rasa. Okay, now almost you have done little bit detailed work about the dance form. Now which dance form you all would like to learn? Anybody would like to learn any dance form?
I would like to learn Kuchipudi.
I like all of them, but I prefer Dissi. All the dance forms are fascinating. I would like to learn all of them.
Shivani, what do you like to learn?
Ma'am, Manipuri.
What about you?
Ma'am, I would like to learn Bharatanatyam.
Well, since I also like to, as a person, would like to learn all the dance form given a chance, because each dance form has its own grace and beauty. But of course, humanly it is not possible to learn all the dance form at a time. So we have to go gradually. We have to specialize first in one dance form, which we get the foundation. Then after a few years of experience in a particular dance form, then we can do the next dance form. Okay, so let us, maybe we start with Bharatanatyam. Now, before we learn how to do the Bharatanatyam, the basic steps, the warm-up exercises, the head movement, the drishti veda, the eyes, and the griva, the neck, and the asamyuta hasta, samyuta hasta, all these complex movements. Let's see the Bharatanatyam.
Nadritadim tatirana Nadritadim